Hey everybody, it's Kathy. Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm sharing some travel favorites of mine. I love to travel, and I've been fortunate that I have traveled to Europe quite a few times. So every time I go, I learn something, and I'm going to share 40 of my favorite must-haves that are great for Europe, really any international travel that you might be doing this summer or anytime. A portion of today's video is being sponsored by Level 8, and we'll get into that in a few moments. But let's start with our number one thing that you may not be aware of. If you haven't been to Europe before, you may not be aware, but their plugins are different than what we have in North America. So the UK has their own different type of plugin, and the rest of Europe's, their plug is different. So depending where you are going in Europe, say you're going to Italy, their plug is going to be different. So I think this is the one for the UK, but I will link both of the ones that I have below in the description box. If you are visiting North America, then the same thing is going to be true for you. You are going to need an adapter that will convert to our plugs in North America. So everything I list today will be linked in the pinned comment underneath the video, as well as in the description box if I have room for all of the links. So the next thing that you might want to take is a long extension cord for your iPhone or your iPad. I bought this on Amazon. I believe this is 6 feet long. They come in different lengths. But if you're like me and you just like to, hop on the bed in the evening and look at your photos, it's a great way you can charge your phone while looking at your photos. I like to also upload my photos to OneDrive, and that way I can look at them on my iPad. So you might want to bring a long extension cord for your electronics, because sometimes, there isn't a plug-in that's readily available where you want to sit. The next thing that you're probably going to want to have is a really good carry-on suitcase. Now, you have to check with whatever airline you are flying with, because different airlines, I believe, have different sizing. And I believe they are starting to crack down on the size of your carry-on, because people are just bringing, more and more stuff onto the plane. That's slowing the boarding process down. So today I'm introducing you to this brand new carry-on suitcase by Level 8. Level 8 is a developing luggage brand known for its innovative design and durability. And today I'm reviewing the brand new Capture Carry-On 20-inch suitcase. I am so impressed with the quality and the workmanship of this suitcase. I have tried a lot of different carry-ons in my lifetime, and this is by far one of the nicest ones that I have tried. Not just because of the craftsmanship, but because of the detail to design. The smart design features included in this carry-on will keep your travel essentials safe. Today, Level 8 is offering my viewers 10% off with the code Kathy10. So you can get 10% off anything on their website, and the coupon code is going to last for a long time. It doesn't have like an expiry date that's going to be soon. I have purchased a lot of carry-ons over the years, and this Level 8 20-inch Capture carry-on truly impressed me right out of the box. This carry-on screams high-end, and it includes so many amazing features. The dimensions I will put on the screen. It has a sturdy exterior made from high-strength nylon. There are front pockets and multiple smaller pockets. You can hold up to a 15.6-inch laptop in this carry-on. There are expandable zippers for all of those goodies you will purchase while on vacation. Handy side pockets. It has a built-in pull-up tag for you to include your contact information, and it has a very strong aluminum handle. The carry-on has a durable YKK nylon zipper, built-in padlock. The whisper quiet 360-degree wheels make traveling with this carry-on a breeze. It just glides effortlessly, and it just, goes beside you. It's very, very smooth. Inside is so well organized. It includes a separate pocket for wet and dry items. So that's great if you have like a nighttime flight. Like I was recently in Hawaii, and our flight didn't leave till 10 at night. So we stayed by the pool in the afternoon, and of course our bathing suits were wet. I didn't want to put my bathing suit into my suitcase wet, So if I would have had this carry-on, I could have just, you know, popped it into the wet area. I think that's a really handy thing to have. This level 8 capture carry-on 20-inch suitcase is perfect for someone who travels for business or pleasure. You will not be disappointed, and I cannot wait to go on a trip so that I can use mine. Don't forget, you can save 10% site-wide with the code Kathy10. The next thing that I like to have, because we try to travel carry-on only whenever we can, and I like to use packing cubes, and I like to use them, say, for my underwear, bras, socks, but it's also a great way if you have a lot of tops, you can put your tops into a packing cube, and I have two different types. This is the original one that I started out with. This is just your basic packing cube. This is an Amazon Basics one, really good quality, and I've used this a lot. But recently I have switched to compression packing cubes. And I like them because you can get more into your suitcase, but you just have to be mindful. The more you put in your suitcase, if you are lugging it, you know, by yourself on cobblestone streets, you don't want it to be too heavy. So the great thing about the compression packing tubes is that you fill your cube with your clothing, and then there are two zippers. So you close the packing cube, and then you use the other zipper, and it just forces any air out. So that's how you make more room for your clothing. You're going to want a TSA approved clear liquid bag. So there's the 3-1-1 rule. So one quart bag for liquids, and nothing can be more than 3 ounces. And everything has to fit into a 1 quart bag, and that's what this one is. I bought this at Sephora. I've also bought other ones off of Amazon that said that they were TSA approved, and I'll insert a photo here, but I got dinged 2 years ago at the TSA check-in, and they said they made me take everything out and fit it into their 1 quart bag. So just be mindful that, you know, some of the ones that say they're TSA approved, they just hold more than what you can really take. So you might want to decant your stuff. Most of my skincare, you know, I just take the original bottles because they're less than 3 ounces. If I have to decant something, I'll link some little travel-sized containers that I sometimes use. But most of the time, my products will fit. I'll buy travel-sized toothpaste. You know, I just use the shampoo that's at the hotel. I've traveled extensively, and I have always found that I bring a lot of stuff that I don't end up using. So now whenever we travel carry-on only, I just make do with what I have, and I use, you know, the amenities that the hotel leaves, like shampoo, body lotion. I really don't need to take mine for 7 to 10 days. I can live without it. The next thing that I recommend is a charging station. So if I'm just traveling in North America, I can just plug this into our outlets, okay? Because this is made for North America. But if I was going to Europe, then I would have to use my adapter and then plug this in. So just be mindful, again, of the type of plugs that are going to be used wherever it is you're traveling to. I just recently picked this one up because with the new iPhones, they've changed their the end to, I think it's called Lightning. So I have the iPhone 14. It still uses like the standard USB part that you plug into the wall. But I know my daughter has the iPhone 15 and the charger is much different. And I believe it's called a USB, is it a C? That it takes the smaller size. These are great. You know, you can put this on the nightstand. I can have my phone charging. You know, it's just handy to have. Even in your house, I have one of these in my basement. So we can charge our iPhones while we're watching television, you know. Even if you have those couches, you know, that recline and you need power, these are handy to have as well. If you're going on a cruise ship, check with the cruise line because you have to take a special one. And I will link the one that I have below specifically for cruises because I forget. I don't know if it can or cannot be have a surge protector in it, but check with your cruise line because, you know, they might confiscate it and you want to be safe. You don't want to like cause any fires or anything. I really recommend using Apple AirTags, and we used them recently when we went to Hawaii. Now, Hawaii, we did check a bag because I wanted to take a lot of sunscreen, because when I was there last year I got a terrible burn. But anyways, my daughter bought Apple AirTags, and she put one in each of our suitcases, which she could track. But for Air Canada, that's a national airline in Canada, there's also WestJet and Air Transat, I think. But they now offer, and I only think it's in North America, that you can actually track your luggage on any Air Canada flight if you have the app downloaded onto your phone. So it was great, because whenever we put our luggage in the little thing, you know, where you see it, you know, go bye-bye and you hope that you're going to be reunited again one day, I would get an alert on my app and say, okay, your suitcase has been loaded into the plane. So that was a great peace of mind, especially if you have connections. You can keep track of where your luggage is, because I have had my luggage not arrive where I arrived, and it is a really sick feeling when you're, you know, in Europe or somewhere far away from home and you don't have your necessities. It can put a damper on your trip. So I would recommend, you know, getting some AirTags and using them. Another important thing for travel to Europe, and even just for around home, is a wallet that has RFID. This is very inexpensive. I bought this off of Amazon. And what RFID is you can put your banking card or your credit card in here, and it has like a special coding, because how it works, people can be, you know, just walking past you and they have a scanner and they just like download all of your information. I've had it happen to me twice actually at a shopping mall near my home, and I was told by MasterCard that they don't even have to be near you. They can be out in the parking lot and they can just grab people's information. So even for every day, you can buy sleeves on Amazon. You just pop your debit card or your credit card into that. It's just an extra added, you know, some protection. But I like this one because it has this little hook on it. And I'm going to show you my travel purses in a bit, but I can hook this to the inside of my purse. So that way, you know, if somebody reaches into my bag, I'm going to feel it, because they're going to be trying to take my bag with them. So it's nice, you know, just to have that little added security. Now, something else that you may want to take, honestly, I don't use it that much anymore, is a money belt. And I think this is great if you are going on a long overnight flight and you think that you might fall asleep. I really recommend wearing this under your clothing. Nobody's going to know that you're wearing it. It's very comfortable. It's adjustable. This one has RFID protection, because if you're asleep, you know, there could be some people on a flight that could, you know, if you put your bag in the overhead bin and it's not locked, they could help themselves to some of your stuff. But it's also great to keep your passport, and if you carry any money or your credit cards, you know, just tuck it in under your shirt, have your nap, and you don't have to worry about anything else. And again, look for one that has RFID. But I know when I travel anymore, I don't take a lot of cash, because most places now are cashless. But if you do like to have cash on you, and I do recommend having at least a couple $100s in the local currency, because you just never know. One time I was in, I think it was Mykonos, Greece, and I had a travel MasterCard that I had preloaded with money on for my trip, because I didn't want to take my regular MasterCard. So I went to the store and my card would not work, and I was so annoyed. So if I wouldn't have been carrying some cash, I would not have been able to pay, and it's, you know, kind of embarrassing. So it's also great to have, you know, some small bills for tipping as well. I also recommend carrying some dry soap. So you can get a pack of, I think, 6 of these on Amazon. So what it is, it's just like a very thin piece of soap. You just put the soap on the palm of your hand, run some water on, and then it's gonna lather up. I learned this trick on my first trip to Greece many years ago. In the bathroom, a lot of times they don't have soap, or the attendant, you know, hasn't filled the soap dispenser because maybe there's been a whole bunch of people go through and she hasn't had time. It's also handy to have Kleenex with you, because a lot of times, you know, women's bathrooms, they don't have toilet paper, and that's really annoying. So I always make sure that I have this, my Purell, and those travel pack size of Kleenexes in my purse, because you never know when you're going to need them. I also recommend a lint roller. These are just handy to have. One lives in my carry-on suitcase. You know, I have a cat, so I may get to my destination and notice, oh, there's some cat hair, so I can just, you know, roll my clothes. It's just something nice to have. A motion sensor nightlight. We have this in our bathroom at home, but I bought this originally for a cruise we were going on because I'm very light sensitive, and when my husband would get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom, he'd turn the bathroom light on, but of course in a cruise room, you know, it lights up the whole room like a plane runway. So we put this in the bathroom so he can go in the bathroom, and then it senses that he's there, and it throws off enough light that, you know, he can do his business. Same thing at home. If I get up in the middle of the night, go to use the washroom, this will light up the bathroom so I'm not disturbing him. So these are great to have. If you're going to a beach in Europe, the beaches in Europe are a lot different than, say, what we would find in North America or in the Caribbean. A lot of the beaches in Italy, I don't really remember. Greece might be the same, but they have little rocks. So it's really good to have a pair of water shoes, and I have linked mine here. I took them to Hawaii and I could not find them for this video, so I hope I did not leave them there. They're inexpensive, but the rocks, well, first of all, they hurt walking on them, but they also get really, really hot. And I have also found, you know, just in the Caribbean, whenever it's really, really hot out, sand gets hot. So I just keep these in my carry-on. They're just handy to have. You don't have to worry about, you know, burning your feet or cutting them on rocks or anything sharp. So you're going to want to stick around to the end because I have a few pro traveler tips that I'm going to share with you. I love this eye mask. I bought it last fall when we went on a Mediterranean cruise. I am not somebody that can sleep on a plane, although I think I did sleep for an hour and a half coming home from Honolulu to Vancouver a few weeks ago because I was so tired. And I took a melatonin an hour before I got on the plane, and I think that I was able to sleep, even though, like, we always fly coach, and, you know, there's absolutely no room. You're crammed in like sardines. So I bought this mask off of Amazon, very inexpensive. But the thing that I like about it is that it does not touch your eyes. It doesn't touch your eyelids. So this really blackens out like any light. It was so comfortable. And I really believe that this helped me to get comfortable and sleep. So this is even, you know, a great thing to have at home. If you are light sensitive like me and you need your bedroom dark, this is amazing. So something else that I bought last fall, and I used this coming home from Hawaii, and I was skeptical because I've tried those neck pillows before. I've tried everything and I have never ever been able to sleep. Well, I bought myself a turtle. So you basically just put it on like a scarf, and it has like, it's curved. It has like plastic in it, but it's not like too hard. It's kind of flexible. So you put it on, like if you are a side sleeper, you'd put it on here, and then you just wear it like that. And then you put it, you know, if you want to go to sleep like that. It works. I was skeptical, but it works. It's actually comfortable. You know, if your head bobs, you could go like this and fall asleep. Find the position that works for you, but I am really, really pleased with this. And I think it's available in lots of different colors as well. I also recommend getting yourself a pair of noise canceling headphones. I've had these for quite a while. They're starting to show their age, but they still work. I use these when I edit my videos, but I also use them when I travel. These do have to be plugged in, but they are noise canceling, so you have to put a battery in. The battery lasts a long time, and then when you push that little tab, there's a green light, and that just shows you that it's on. If you are like sound sensitive, you might want to put these on whenever you're sleeping. It just kind of blocks out, you know, any noise in the cabin. And also sometimes, depending on what kind of a jet you're on, the engines can be a lot louder than others. But these are also great. I can't stand those earphones, you know, you stick in your ear. I have to have over the ear ones. I find them most comfortable. And then these have a volume control on the thing here. So yeah, a good pair of noise canceling headphones, I think if you travel a lot, is really a must. I just bought this, and I don't know where it is. My office is kind of a disaster right now, but it's a travel steamer. I have a stand-up steamer at home. I enjoy steaming my clothes. I hate ironing, But this one folds up, and if you are particular, I mean, you don't have to take it, but say you're going to a wedding, or you're taking a lot of linen clothes and you just want to take a few minutes and get the wrinkles out before you put them on. I think a handy travel steamer is a great thing to have, and this one is very economical. A laundry hamper is also great, and I have this one. It folds up to next to nothing. So I put that in the bottom of my carry-on, and then to open it, you just pop it open like that. So you can just put your dirty clothes in there. Whenever it's time to come home, you just throw them in your carry-on, and you are good to go. So there's different types. I'll link a few that I like in the description box. Another thing that I recommend having is a wet bag, and it's handy. Say you went swimming, your flight is in the evening, you can just put your wet swimsuit in the wet bag, pop it into your suitcase, and you don't have to worry about the rest of your clothes getting wet. The thing about the Level 8 carry-on that I really like is that it comes with a built-in wet bag pouch. And I think that is genius to have. Binoculars are always so handy to have. And this is just a small travel set that I picked up last year when we went to Alaska. And these are perfect. They're the perfect size. They have this cord, you can put them around your neck. These were great. We were watching them when we were sitting on our balcony in Oahu and watching the surfers. So yeah, it's always nice to have binoculars, because if you're traveling, somewhere where there's wildlife, you never know when you maybe see a whale or a bear or something. And they're very, very lightweight, and they don't take up a lot of room. The next thing that I recommend are clear toiletry bags. This is one that I have, and then I also bought these off of Amazon. They were kind of fun. Now, these are not for your, your TSA approved bag. This is just to put into my carry-on or my checked bag. So I like to put supplies that I'm going to need, like my melatonin. I'll put my Advil, my Tylenol, cough drops, any mints, things that I might need during the plane ride. So this will go in a backpack that I'm going to show you in a bit. But again, put your liquids in your TSA approved bag to get through, security. And then once you're through security, you can put in your Purell, because that's handy to have to clean your hands before you eat anything. And I have eye drops because my eyes are very dry, and it's good to put them in on a flight. I also recommend picking up some things that, medication that you're used to, like Tylenol, Advil, if you get an upset stomach, things like that. You might also want a pill organizer, and this is one that I have. It holds, there's 7 different compartments, and it's magnetic, so it just closes like that. So I have some Tums, some Tylenol, some cranberry. If you also have a label maker, you could, put labels so you know what medication. I recommend doing that so you don't get your medication mixed up. This is also great, for every day. You can get these in different sizes. Just carry them in your purse. If you're prone to migraines, it's always good to have some migraine medication on hand. And I'm just going to go real quick through some medicines that I think it's really important to carry with you, because my daughter and I went to Italy back in 2022, and it was like still during COVID. And I got very, very sick with a bad cold, and I didn't take any cold medication with me. And we went to the pharmacy, and of course, they don't have the brands or sometimes the medication ingredient that we're used to in North America. So I learned from that, it's always best to take my own things with me. So I like to take Advil or Tylenol. I recommend these things. So I recommend that you take some mints or lozenges. Eye drops. Eye drops are always good to have, because we know that, flying is very dry in the plane. So it's really important to stay hydrated, but it's also important, you want to make sure that you keep your eyes hydrated as well. Hand sanitizer is a must. I always have a couple of hand sanitizer with me. I just feel really dirty and gross when I'm traveling on an airplane. I can't wait to get to where we're going so I can just take a shower, but it's always good to sanitize your hands. I also recommend taking either some Lysol disinfecting wipes or this spray. This is a great size. It's travel spray, And it's great just to spray the remote control or any of the light switches because you never know when the last time was that those things were wiped off. I recommend blister pads because I decided to break in a new pair of shoes when we went to Hawaii. I ended up with 4 blisters on my feet. It's like, it's not a good time to break in new shoes, okay? But so lesson to me is travel with blister pads because you never know when you're gonna need them. I also recommend taking some Polysporin if you get, a bug bite or a scratch or something. It's good to have that on hand because that may not be available where you're traveling to. Band-Aids are also another great thing to have on hand. Just a few different sizes because you might get a scratch or a cut while you're out and about. This was recommended to me by my friend Serena at Style with Serena. She had this in her packing video, so I thought this is a great idea. I've never tried these. I've always taken like a liquid cleanser. So they're basically just like face cloths. This can serve 2 purposes. One, it gets rid of my need to have to take a liquid cleanser with me, but I also don't have to take a makeup remover because this took off mascara, makeup, sunscreen, everything. So really recommend these. I told you Tylenol, Advil, whatever pain medication it is that you use. That's my little Band-Aid holder. I recommend those little travel packs of Kleenex. I usually put about 2 of these in my suitcase. There's probably 10 or 20 Kleenex in each of these. Handy to have, like if you run into a bathroom situation where you need paper and there isn't any. And you may want to consider taking a knee brace. And this happened to me when we were in Hawaii on the 2nd day of the trip. I pulled something in my knee and my daughter went to CVS and she got me a knee brace. There was only the one kind available, but I also wanted some, what do they call that? Voltaren. It's like you rub it if you have like a sore joint or whatever. They didn't have it, and I would have thought that they would have, but it just goes to show you, not everything is readily available. So that's another thing you might consider if you're doing something. If you have like a weak knee, just take a brace with you so you don't have to buy one. I am a sucker for travel bags and travel purses. I own several, but this is by far my favorite, and this is by Bagolini. It has so many different separate compartments to it. It's so handy. So I have my Purell in here, paper and a pen in here with Kleenex, and then in this compartment it has a zipper compartment. That's where I would keep my credit cards or whatever. But this bag, I liked this one because there is a spot on the end to put a water bottle. I also really like this purse, but it's kind of a little impractical for, say, if I'm going out on an all-day adventure because I need my glasses, need my sunglasses, if I need my wallet. It is pretty small. I have managed, because I have learned with time, to only take the essentials. So what I will do is I'll take this little RFID thing, and in this purse it has a clip. So I clip it to that and it is secure. And then I just pop it back in the purse, do the purse up. But another thing about this little purse is it has added security. It locks at the end. So if I got this, wearing a crossbody, nobody's going to have access to my purse because I'm going to feel them trying to tug. Another thing you want to look for whenever you're buying like a travel purse, make sure that it is slash proof, because lots of times, you'll be in huge crowds. You don't even know that you've been pickpocketed until you need your credit card, because lots of times what they do is they will have a knife and they will just cut the strap and they will have it off of you before you even know that it is gone. Because trust me, the crowds are so thick in spots, especially like places like the Vatican. So you really want to make sure that you have a secure purse. And I believe this one is slash proof. So look for slash proof, and also look for like those little latches that are secure. Because also they'll take a knife and they'll cut like the bottom of your purse and then just grab your stuff. And you won't even know. But if it's a slash proof, there's like, I think, little wires in here. And, it's just an added precaution. This is fairly new. I've used it once. And this is a backpack. And it's the perfect size. It's not too big. So I can take this and I could take the level 8 carry-on. And that is my the 2 items that I'm allowed to take on the plane. This is approved because it fits underneath the airplane seat in front of you. But I like this because it has this bottom compartment where you can put a pair of shoes, like a full pair of running shoes. I recommend wearing your heaviest pair on the plane so you don't have to lug them around. But this is a great backpack. And you know, I could probably stuff 2 days worth of clothes in here. So even if you're just going away for the weekend and you don't need like fancy clothes or anything, this would be a great addition to have to your travel closet. I've tried out a lot of different hanging toiletry bags. I've settled on this one. This is available in so many different prints. I'll just insert the picture here. It's gonna be easier for you to see, but you can hang this up. I just leave my stuff in it and you know, I can easily access it. I also like to have a little mirror with me. I like this one because it does light up. There's just a little switch you toggle at the back and the lights come on. Now the top part, I can pretty much see my whole face, like if I'm holding it back at a distance, but the bottom part is much more magnified. So this is even a great little gadget to have, you know, in your purse if you just wanna quickly look at your makeup to see if you need to be touched up or anything. Takes very little room. It's very compact and, you know, flat, so that could easily live in your carry-on as well. I also recommend a tech bag. This is by Bag Smart. I've had this for a couple of years. I use this more whenever I would take like my camera with me, but now I just use my iPhone to take pictures. But this is great, say if you have an iPad and it has like a keypad and you have to charge it. It's great, you know, if you are taking a camera, you can put your memory cards in there, extra batteries, wrap your cords in here for your phone, your iPad, computer, whatever. It's just nice to have everything organized, and it packs pretty flat as well. Comes in lots of fun different colors as well. I love these no-show socks. I'm somebody that loves to be barefoot all throughout the summertime, and you really need socks on your feet, especially when you're going through airport security, because whenever we go Canada to the US, we have to take our shoes off. That's just the rule. We don't have to do that when we go to, say, Europe. So you don't want to be walking through the airport just in bare feet because, you know, the floors are gross and full of lots of germs. So these no-show socks, I bought them on Amazon. They come in a ton of different colors, and I think they come in a pack of either 12 or 15. They're very lightweight. Your feet won't sweat. They stay on because they have like little silicone bits on the back, and it won't slide down. Like I've worn socks before, and you know, after a few steps, the comes off of your heel and it's just really uncomfortable. So these are handy to have. You don't have to take a lot with you because, you know, they're so lightweight. You can just wash them in the sink and they'll probably be dry the next morning or, you know, the next day. So take a couple of pair with you. And it is so important to have comfortable shoes, especially when you're going to Europe, because you're going to walk so much. There's just so many wonderful, exciting things that you're going to want to see. I have 2 pairs to recommend. I love my On Cloud shoes. They are so comfortable. They're literally like walking on air. But I recently picked up these. These, you know, were very, very popular last year. They're by Dr. Scholl's, and oh my goodness, these are so comfortable. They're comfortable right out of the box. I do recommend wearing them around the house for a while. Break them in before you go on your vacation. But they're just comfortable. They're fairly affordable. They do come in different colors, and like this has a little bit of a tan, I don't know, what do you call this back part of the shoe where the heel is? You can also buy those no-tie laces. I'm kind of lazy and I just like to slip my shoes on. So I may order a pair and, you know, just take these regular laces out. But I have worn them around the house and they truly are comfortable. They're very light on the feet. Same thing as the On Cloud shoes. They weigh ounces. It's like literally walking on air. I've had running shoes before, you know, they're so heavy and so clunky that they're tiring. But these are really great, and yeah, they're very stylish. If you have stuck with me through all of this video, thank you so much. Now I have 3 bonus tips from a pro traveler. The first tip is you should photocopy your passport, and I like to leave a copy at home with somebody, that isn't coming with me on the trip, because you just never know if you might lose your passport or it may get stolen. So it's good to have a photocopy on hand, because if you have to go to your embassy, that probably would help to expedite things. If you also have a secure cloud, I would also upload it to the cloud where you can also access it, or you could even email it to yourself. But you just don't leave the copy out anywhere where somebody can see it. You want to make sure that it's in a secure location. The next pro tip is do not put your full name and address on your luggage tag. And by this I mean, instead of putting like Kathy, my last name, I just put like C dot, so the first initial of my first name and then my last name, and then I put my cell phone number. I do not put my name, simply because, say I'm traveling alone, I don't want somebody to see that I'm a woman traveling alone. So, on the luggage carousel, if it just has like your first initial and your last name, they're not going to know if that's a man or a woman. I just like to make things difficult for people that are looking for somebody easy to prey on. The other thing I recommend is do not put your address on the outside of the luggage tag where it is visible. You could put it inside your suitcase. That way, if your suitcase gets lost, at least the airline can open it up, find your address, or they can just call your cell phone number on your luggage tag. Because just by putting your initial, your last name, and your cell phone number, nobody's going to know your home address, so you don't have to worry about people breaking in or things like that. Just another tip that just came to my mind. I live in Canada, and whenever we travel abroad, we get an eSIM card. Even when we go to the US, that is considered international travel. So if you are from Canada and you are getting an eSIM card, you will not have the ability to actually make phone calls unless you take, I think, the plan through your carrier. So an important thing is also to include your email address with the hotel or any excursions that you might have booked. For instance, when we were in Hawaii, our excursions, my daughter, she planned everything. So she asked the tour operator to email her because she would not have the ability to receive phone calls. So that's just another tip I thought I'd throw out there. And my last pro tip is do not flash money around. I know when you're on vacation, you're relaxed, and it's very, very easy to become reckless and, not think about bad people that could be around looking for an easy target. So even at home, don't flash your money around. If you must count your money, maybe have somebody shield you, or do it somewhere inside, maybe in a bathroom where there's not a lot of people around. I like to just carry a bunch of like singles or $5 bills. I put them like in a pocket in my pants if it's zippers, or just in one of the compartments of my purse. So whenever a tour is done and it's time to tip the tour guide, I don't have to open up my purse. I don't have to open up my wallet. So just keep that in mind as well. Try not to be too flashy with your money, and also expensive jewelry, because it could make you an easy target. Thank you so very much for watching this video. If you have not subscribed, please do so. It's 100% free. And if you'd like to see more travel videos, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for spending time with me today, and I hope that you have a really nice day and enjoy your vacation wherever it is you might be going this summer. Take care.